Hey, explorers. The Johnny Appleseed Festival is coming up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So today we decided to share with you some tips on visiting the festival and things to look out for when you go.
Yeah, you ready? Here we go. Some tips. One of the many reasons to go to Johnny Appleseed Festival are the reenactors and the demonstrations. So what's really interesting is that all the reenactors and all the volunteers are required to be in the 1800s clothing. It's super cool. And they take this like super seriously. You'll see tons of people wearing pieces from that time. And one of the cool demonstrations that we got to see was we learned quite a bit about chocolate. And we got to try some delicious chocolate tea. Did you know you can make tea out of chocolate? I did not know this. It's delicious. It is super, super cool. It's awesome.
Oh, smells good. Looking at it, going, okay, this is about done, or this is not.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that was just from the seeds?
It's chocolatey.
That was awesome. Another tip to remember is that this is one of the most popular festivals in Indiana. So there are going to be some people there. Sometimes people go right as it's opening to avoid the crowds. Others are like, get me with that peak time, right? Just know you are going to be surrounded by all people, but it's still fun.
Some people go early to avoid the crowds, but that just creates crowds early in the day. So yeah, you can choose to go early in the festival or late. What we've discovered is that it's going to be crowded often. Oftentimes it's kind of hard to predict when the crowd will be there. There is definitely a like lunchtime rush, lunchtime and early afternoon.
Yes.
A lot of people are there, but otherwise you may still get a pretty crowded festival, or sometimes you may not. Another thing with the food and the crowds is sometimes you have to wait in line. So just be prepared for that.
It's worth it. Don't you worry.
Another thing with the Johnny Appleseed Festival, at certain times during the day, you will hear musket fire and cannon fire. And let me tell you, they can be pretty loud. So if you're nearby, you'll definitely notice it. Let's just say that.
You will. And if you're like me, you will jump and maybe curse every time.
There are reenactors there. And oftentimes these reenactors have either period muskets or there's always a cannon or maybe two there.
Usually the artillery area is by the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aim everything out above the river, so it's even safer that way. There is a certain area for that. But if anyone in your family has sound issues, you probably want to steer clear from that artillery area. There is a lot of entertainment at the Johnny Appleseed Festival, so you will want to check the schedule. There are several stages set up throughout the festival, and you can find anything from musical acts, lots of musical acts actually, dancers. We saw a magician last year. There are storytellers and historical figure reenactors, things like that. So it is pretty cool. And if there's something specific that you want to see, you'll have to check the schedule. There are a lot of things going on during the day. Like I said, there are several stages. So check the schedule, see where things are, and go check out those acts. They also have some parades that happen throughout the day. And so that adds a cool little twist to the festival, and you get to see that and enjoy the music as they move and walk around through the crowds.
It is awesome, y'all. I love it every year.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Usually those happen more through the midday kind of time. But again, check the schedule. I mean, that's really all we can say there. Our next tip is to check the weather forecast. Now, the weather in Indiana in September can vary. It can get somewhat cold, but it can also be very hot during the day. So you have to check the weather forecast. You have to watch it. If it does rain before or during the Johnny Appleseed Festival, the grounds can get pretty muddy. So plan for that if there is rain in the forecast. In addition, you're going to be walking a lot, so wear comfortable shoes. It's very important. There's a lot of ground to cover, and you're going to be walking over a lot of different surfaces like dirt, like stone, and asphalt, different things like that. So just be prepared.
And there's so much to cover. Oh my gosh, y'all. You could spend all day at this festival. Like Rodney said earlier, wear good shoes. So there are over 200 vendors at Johnny Appleseed Festival. And what makes it so cool and interesting is that every vendor has to produce products or make products in the way that they would have in the 1800s. So all the food you see is prepped in the way that they would have done in the 1800s. All the clothes you see, all the crafts you see, 1800s approved. It's actually really cool how creative people are.
There are different sections to the vending areas. And so you will have like a farmer's market sort of section with produce and different things there. You'll have the period vendors that selling things. You'll also have, there's always an antiques area. And the antiques area, you can find a lot of just about anything, really.
I don't know. I love it. I could spend thousands of dollars every year at the festival.
If you're in an area that has a lot of food, particularly the sugars and sweet smelling things, then you're probably going to see some yellow jackets around.
There are a lot of bees, a lot of yellow jackets, and a lot of hornets at the festival. But if you're allergic or afraid of bees, just something to think about. Don't worry, they don't ruin anything. They're just buzzing along.
The food actually attracts a lot of the yellow jackets, and they might get in your way when you're trying to eat.
Some vendors take card, but some only take cash. It kind of just depends on the vendor. So it really doesn't hurt to bring cash along. There are ATMs at the festival, but bring cash. It doesn't hurt. It's a good thing to have at this festival.
Mm-hmm. And some things can get kind of expensive at the festival. So having cash on hand is definitely not a bad idea.
Yeah. Bring lots.
Our next tip is to spend a little time and learn something about John Chapman, otherwise known as Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed was actually a real guy, and the grave of Johnny Appleseed, or John Chapman, is on the site of the Johnny Appleseed Festival. At least that's where it's recognized. So you can go up there and visit it. There's also usually a reenactor that walks around and pretends to be Johnny Appleseed. And we actually went to the Allen County Courthouse. We saw Johnny Appleseed's estate documents there. So he was a real guy, and the legal documents are there to prove it. And he definitely lived in this area. Take the opportunity of the festival to learn a little bit more about this almost mythic person. He's a folk hero and an American legend.
One tip to remember is to have a Templeton belly. If you're like, what's Templeton belly? That means you have lots and lots of room in your belly for delicious, delicious food. We're talking dumplings, apple fritters. We're talking homemade root beer. We're talking corn on the cob, turkey legs the size of your face.
So we did try some of their food.
One of the things that we obviously have to try is the ham and beans and cornbread. And it's, I think, one of the best things here. Chef's kiss.
I'm still eating cornbread.
Sunday, and then the water.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Okay. There's a caramel apple sundae. Sweet vanilla ice cream. They taste like fresh, somewhat baked apples. And there's a little bit of caramel sauce on here. The bonus tip is to look out for little surprises. We saw a few things that just surprised us or were interesting. Particularly one thing was we saw a tortoise walking through the Johnny Appleseed crowd. So sometimes small unexpected things happen at Johnny Appleseed. Just little fun things you should keep an eye out for. And also just take in the Johnny Appleseed atmosphere and enjoy the festival.
Go have fun. So, those are the tips that we highly recommend when you go to the Johnny Appleseed Festival this year. Do you have any other tips you would add? Let us know in the comments.
We encourage you to go to the Johnny Appleseed Festival if it's within your driving range and kind of enjoy our history and the pioneer days. And definitely, above all else, have fun at the festival. Maybe it's something you want to add to your explorations list. Look at my hat.